So it would be Fj plus Jw, right, at this point, right, in and out would be in this small mass delta W. It would be Fj plus delta W, plus we have calculated this to be Rj delta W, and this is your 0, right. So this would be Fj W plus delta W minus Fj W is equals to Rj delta W, right. So it would be Fj W plus delta W minus Fj W would be delta W is equals to Rj, right. Now the same formula, which is Fx plus del x minus Fx upon delta x equal to df upon dx limit delta x tends towards 0, right. So if we will apply the same here, it will become limit delta W tends towards 0. It would be Fj W plus delta W minus Fj W, Rj, right. So this will convert, this will, as per this formula, based instead of this we can write it like this, df upon dw equal to Rj, right. So this is the expression that you will get, or we can write it like this, dw is equal to df upon Rj. Since the rate of concentration of reactants will go down, so we can also write it like this, df equal to minus Rj. This is the expression, and if you remember, this is the same expression, right. This is the same expression that we have derived for tubular reactor. Instead of V, we have mentioned W, right. V there is volume, here W is the mass of catalyst, right. So here these reactions depend on the mass of catalyst, right. Active site, when we say mass of catalyst, their active sites will go down, concentration of active sites will reduce, right. So for active sites, you can check my lecture on active centers on the surface of catalyst, because when we have catalyst, the reaction takes place, we know, at the surface of catalyst, right. Reactants react at the surface of catalyst. When the reactants is concentrated on the surface of catalyst, they are more concentrated there, right, because what catalyst is basically doing, it provides surface to the reacting substances or molecules, right, where their concentration increases in that small area and their chances of collision and the rate of reaction will increase, or it forms temporary bonds. If you remember the transition state theory and other intermediate compound formation theory that we have studied in catalysis, that it formed temporary bonds with the catalyst, right. And then we have something known as chemisorption, physisorption, right, we have done surface chemistry, right. So all that knowledge would be required in future lectures, right. So if you want, you can go ahead and revise it, right, so that it would be easy for you to understand these things, right. So we are done with the mole balance equation from by this lecture. Now in another lecture we will look into some industrial reactors, type of industrial reactors. That would be a small lecture, right, and then we will start with the second chapter of this Fogler book, right. So I hope this is clear. So just remember what we did basically in this chapter. We derived the general mole balance equation, and then we applied that general mole balance equation to different reactors, batch reactors, right, CSTR, bed flow reactor, right, this packed bed reactor, tubular reactor, all these reactors. And what we obtained using this mole balance equation is time or the volume or time, right. Time means time or the reactor volume required to change the specified amount of reactants into products, right? This is what we derived, right? And in, just remember, in packed bed reactors, instead of volume, we have taken the mass of the reactant, because it's the mass of the reactants that will the mass of the catalyst. We have taken the mass of the catalyst, so it's the mass of the catalyst that will change, right, as the reaction will proceed, and volume is of secondary significance here. That is why we considered your mass of the catalyst, right? And this is the technique that we apply, right, to reach at this rate of generation in the mole balance equation, right? So I hope all this is clear to you. Thanks.